Hello, teacher. Today I am going to talking about the lesson plan number 3. I am going to start with the objectives of this lesson plan. The objectives students will be able to make students know the months of the year. Another objective in this lesson plan is the get students to practice writing. Another is get students to work as a team. This is very important in this lesson plan. I am going to continue with the methodologies and strategies. I am going to start with the methods I am going to use in this lesson plan. The method number 1 is total physical response. The another is communicative language teaching. These methods are very important. I only use strategies. The strategies that I am going to use in this lesson plan is all classwork or solo work. This is very important. I am going to continue with another important step in this lesson plan is the anticipatory set. In the application of this process, I am going to give small sheets of paper to the students so that they can review them and get an idea of what the class is going to do. The another important step in this lesson plan is the main teaching input. In the execution of this process, I am going to explain to students step by step the activity that we are going to develop or to carry out. For this, I am going to ask the students to form groups of 5 students. Then I am going to indicate that on the worksheets papers that they have their hands to decipher the word that is in disorder in such a way that they write the word correctly. For the execution of this activity, I will give them a time of 35 minutes, can be 35 minutes to develop this activity. So I am going to continue with another important step is the modeling. In this parameter of the class plan, I am going to write an example on the board so that the students have an idea of how they have to develop or to complete the activity that I am going to ask them to do. I am going to continue with another step, the Another step is the guided practice. So in the execution of this process, I am going to monitor the activity sometimes in order to clear the doubts of the students. It's so important. So another important step is the independent practice. In the execution of this process, I am going to leave the students to carry out the activity alone. This with the purpose of making them look for their own conclusions. So in the assignments, after the students have finished with the activity, I am going to collect their receipts and I am going to review them and I am going to grade them according to what they have done. It's it's so important. In the last step is can be the closing review and follow up. Finally, I am going to make a feedback of the activity as it is to be expected. Some groups maybe did not complete the activity correctly. So I am going to reinforce the concerns of some students. This is so important in this lesson plan. This was my third class as a main teacher. On this occasion, I took a very interesting activity for the students. In this class, I wanted to make a very motivating so that the students are attentive and get out of the routine a bit. For this, I prepare a group activity. This time I taught the class with the second year of Bachillerato or second year high school. So now I am going to talk about the positive and negative aspects of the class plan. I think one of the positive aspects of this class plan was the use of the main teaching input. Since in this process I can clearly explain what the students have to do in the group work activity. One of the negative aspects was that in the implementation of the independent practice, no homework was sent for students to do at home to reinforce what they learned in class. Now I am going to talk about the positive and negative aspect of using supplementary teaching material. In this class, I taught the students about the months of the year. To carry out this activity, I found the most successful and motivated way. For this, I brought teaching materials to make the students work in teams and in groups in a way that I asked the students to form small groups of 5 students. Then I gave them some small sheets of papers. Then I explained it to the students what they have to do. To conclude, I must say that the group work in the classroom is effective as this helps to strengthen bonds of fellowship and foster collaboration among students. This is all about this lesson plan. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening me. Thank you, teacher. Have a great and wonderful day.